So, are you a Better Life guy or a War Room guy?
Better Life.
Okay, okay.
I saw your post pop up the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool idea." And no doubt, I'll click on it and wait, you know, nothing to lose. You meet people.
Yeah, I've been doing this for years. I love it. I'm surprised more people don't do it, actually.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I love people so much, so it's very easy for me. I just put the link up there, and then I talk to folks, and hopefully I'm useful to them. I mean, that guy that was just on, I gotta fix that. I can't have people bumping into each other. But that guy that was just on, um, I don't know. I'm gonna be able I help him raise a little bit of money and put some pitch decks together. So it's just always good to be able to, I don't know, just meet people, but also be useful.
So, what's the War Room? If you don't mind me asking, is it another mastermind?
Another mastermind, real estate mastermind. It's for active and it's for military folks.
Oh, okay.
Yep, been doing that a few
Uh,
years. How long you been in Better
yeah.
Life?
So I joined probably last summer when it opened up. And to be honest with you, I don't know, I wasn't getting some of the benefits that I thought I was looking for, and so I ended up bowing out. And I got back in when it opened up again, maybe in January, kind of giving it a new light. I know it's a little more real estate focused and everything, so I'm gonna give it another try.
Nice. These groups are, I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm only doing more as I go forward with communities. Uh, they are they're hard. They're hard to create a culture out of. So,
Yeah.
and everybody needs different things. Everybody learns in different ways. So, yeah, they're definitely tough. I've been in Better Life since day one. So, you know, trying to make something and try to make everybody happy on the user end, but then also try to enact the vision of the leadership end and what people think it should be. And yeah, it's been a fun little journey, but it's also, it's doesn't come without its problems, that's for sure.
I haven't joined a pod this time around, just in full disclosure, I know they're revamping things and they're gonna kind of recreate the pod. My understanding is they're gonna recreate the pod based on kind of real estate experience. So I never joined one, kind of anticipation of things getting mixed back up again. So
Gotcha.
just kind of hanging on the site and reading things and that kind of stuff. Wait for the new structure to roll out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Again, you know, everybody wants different things, in life. And so you join a group and you're like, hey, I don't really want to talk about real estate. I want to come here I need somebody, I want to talk about health or
Yeah,
relationships or my spirituality. And the other people are like, I don't care about any of those things. I just want to talk about my business. And so trying to appease everybody was very hard. So now we're like, okay, we're only going to talk about real estate. And, a lot of people are unhappy with that. And then other people are more happy. So it's just,
yeah,
you know,
sure.
it's just who we're going to piss off today. That's all it comes down
Who's
to.
this fixing? So where are you located? Were you in like Colorado or?
I live in Maui currently.
Oh, you okay? My mistake.
Yeah. Maui's pretty cool.
We were there for Christmas. We got there a couple days before Christmas and left on December 30th or something.
Nice.
My
Yeah,
wife's
I've been here
cousin
for a
has a
year.
couple places there. Um, one in Kaanapali and one just slightly down the road. Hanan, I think, if I remember correctly, right near there.
Okay.
So we stayed in one of his condos.
Maui is not bad living.
No, it didn't appear to be. Something.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think I
It's
used
got
to
its
know.
downfalls.
Yeah,
It's got its short sides for sure. Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you invest?
I'm just outside Chicago in the suburbs here. Kind of lived here my whole life. My investment is a little bit of a work in progress, so I got a little spread out. When I first got into it, I bought some locally. We were having a baby. So I figured maybe the turkey route would be better, which was kind of a big mistake, but um, trying to clean things up now, consolidate. I had a property in Houston that was a turnkey that I had for maybe 10 years or so now. Uh, Selling that should close here in about 2 weeks. Um, And like I said, yeah, I'm trying to consolidate. I've been focusing mainly in an area of southern Wisconsin. It's called like Janesville, Beloit area. It's kind of near the Illinois border. It's a smaller market, but I got a decent team up there, a property manager, and she's a agent, a property manager, and her husband is contractor. So you just did a burr. Um, I'm actually, I reached out to the Better Life. I don't know what's the term, real estate funding or Better Life mortgage brand
Wes.
real estate arm or mortgage arm, and it's going really smooth. I'm in the process of trying to get it refinanced. Just wait for the appraisal to come back. The appraisal is going to be tomorrow, but it should be a pretty good deal. So trying to consolidate and focus out there. It's a little more of a cash flow market. You know, it's not very glamorous, but it just sort of affordable housing, that type of thing.
Yeah, I did that for a while. Yeah, real estate's an interesting journey when you're new and you're, especially if you like hate your job, you're like, I need cash flow. And then as I've gotten, not to say like I need more cash, but as I've kind of built that up and I've been around for a little while, I'm like, man, the real money is in the appreciation. So, you know, doing both or doing cash flow properties until you have enough cash flow and then buying properties that appreciate even if they break even, it's like that's the play I would go for. So it's just interesting to see like to
Yeah,
have that experience now.
that's my that's my plan. I realize that these are the best assets out there, right? You know, the houses are 80 years old. I realize that, but I do also see the cash flow, and so I'm doing exactly what you said. I'm trying to consolidate community properties, really maximize my cash flow, and then start focus on trying some buying some better assets. You know, for if it's short-term rental and a good vacation market or something that's gonna maybe give me a little bit of both, you know, cash flow and some more appreciation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Uh,
had a, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, no, please, good.
Oh, I had a short-term rental in the Smokies a couple years ago. It did really well. It was a little exhausting managing it, so I got out. I made a good profit on it, but being back in Maui for that week kind of made me start thinking about like, well, maybe when the time is right, maybe I can go back in, get a better property, maybe get some appreciation, add some cash flow out of it. But I need to have some things set up better to where that's not
Job.
my job, and it's not my main focus for cash flow. All the cash flow coming from here, and then this is sort of on the side. You know, I could start at it from different fronts.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm in the process now. I hired a woman who is going to take all of my stuff that I do, create systems for it, create SOPs, automations, and train my VA to do the task. So all I have to do is like, hey, this is what I sort of want to accomplish. She builds the structure out of it, and then the other person does the tasks. Now, with VAs and Airbnbs and remote Airbnbs, that's definitely harder, but that's the only way that I found to kind of cure the problem that you have, which is like, and I've had it too, where you're like, hey, I have this thing, it makes money, but it's too much work. I don't want to get rid
Me,
of the thing, but I also don't want to do the work. So it just becomes
yeah,
how can I hire this out? That's the only solution. Otherwise, you're limited to what you can do, which is a lot, but only one person's worth.
yeah, exactly. And I would at first, I would actually be fine with if I could get enough cash flow coming in from say this Wisconsin area to supplement what I'm doing. I would be fine if I could go get a place, say in Maui or somewhere in a good vacation market, and have a property manager on it, at least at first, the first couple of years or something, so that it's, even if I'm not making the cash flow I made, opens me up to that appreciation that you mentioned.
Yeah, Maui is definitely a tough one, but I hear the idea. Maui with short-term rentals are there's a lot of government involvement.
Yeah, and really, especially now with the fires, right? I saw some of that stuff going on when I was there. They were talking about
I
turning
know a
them
guy who's
into,
selling all his I know a guy who's selling all his short-term rentals out here in Maui. He's like, it's not
really,
worth it,
really.
even though he makes money. Yeah.
I know my wife's cousin. He's got those couple places. He's doing pretty well on them. He retired now. He sold his business and he just lives there full time. And he said they're doing pretty well for him. But yeah, I hear you. I can see that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any direct experience. I can't speak for it. I've had my Airbnbs and not vacation rentals, and they did terrible, and so I converted them back. But I don't know. Airbnb is definitely the market was super manic. Now it's leveling out, so it'll be interesting to see where it ends.
Yeah. Where do you primarily invest?
Right now, everything I have is in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Most of what I have is in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
Um, couple of single families, couple of multifamilies, or one multifamily now. I have a little house in Charlotte that does bad, breaks even, and then I just partnered up with a guy who I'm going to probably do more of on a sort of very unique property out in Maryland. It's a luxury wedding venue.
I think I saw your post on
So
that. I think
yeah,
you
I'm gonna do
posted
more of
that on
that.
there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do more of that. That's like ain't nothing. I never done any real estate that's like that because you have a business attached to it, so the upside's huge. Um, well, I shouldn't say it that way. The risk is low. The upside is not that big because the business takes most of the upside. So the investor gets, you know, same 15 or 16% returns that you normally would, but it's backed by this money making machine, this wedding venue machine that just it makes it very low risk. The other thing is you can go to it. I've never had a piece of property that I can go to it and enjoy. This property, I'm like, anytime I want, I can just, I mean, anytime I'm in Maryland, I can go
Yeah.
there and have a dinner, have a drink. If you golf, they have golf courses. You know what I mean? It's like
Really?
I don't know. It's really interesting. So, but that's my entire portfolio.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you invest like is that your primary? You don't have a W-2 or any other kind of. You just work on better. You just work for better life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a W-2 with Brandon, but actually that's
Okay.
going to end here soon. I think I'm going to go back off on my own. Uh, I'm not a good employee. Uh, no, I did a lot with Brandon this last year and it's kind of ready for my next project. So I'm going to go off on my own, but I think part of what I'm going to end up doing is working more with these guys, these folks in Maryland, because I just love what they're doing. And yeah, love to partner up with other people and do other real estate projects. But I do a lot of cameras too. I'm a camera guy, so trying to find the blend between those. Try to find the blend of can I create media for real estate investors, real estate projects, tell their story. I find that to be a really compelling, really interesting, unique approach to life or purpose.
Okay. Are you
So,
active on social media? I guess to be honest with you, I don't know then if I follow you if you're on there or not.
I'm very active on social media. I should be more
Okay.
active, but yeah, I mean, I kind of dabble between Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I used to,
consume
I
it. I
used to do
don't
so much
post.
more. Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
most people.
Yeah.
That's most people.
I'm and by trade I'm an engineer, so I'm very like reserved and very like, I'm not outgoing. I don't let in front of the camera. I have to purposely make a point to not be, you know, antisocial behind the scene, so doing something like this I almost have to, I don't want to say force myself, but I have to do it because otherwise I would just sit back and be an engineering nerd.
Yeah, that's actually exactly why I make this available to people. And I've been doing this for like 5 years. Is I know that there's people out there that want to interact. And I mean, they're just not gonna. Most people, they're not gonna. Actually, if you look at the rules, if you look at the statistics on the internet, like 99% of the internet is created. 99% of all content on the internet is created by 1% of users.
Hmm.
Like almost everybody only lurks. They just don't
Yeah.
they don't create, they don't comment, they don't share, they don't anything. Almost nobody does like interacts with the internet. And so I put this so and that's why DMs have become so popular because people will DM. They won't do anything outward facing, but they'll make comment, they'll do private messages. So there's
Sure.
something about the privacy that allows people who would normally lurk to interact with personalities that are more vocal. So that's why I put this out here, because this allows me the chance to talk to people who probably would normally just lurk. And it gives people who are like, you know, like you said, maybe not have to force it, but are reserved a chance to, have a conversation that's not as like intimidating or outward.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's a great idea. Appreciate you doing it.
Of course. What are you working on? How can I help?
I so yeah, I'm working on this, trying to expand this Wisconsin thing. We're selling that house in Houston. Um, I'm in the process of refinancing a burr we just did up in Wisconsin, and I'm hoping to 1031 the Houston house along with some of that cash and get something bigger up there, maybe on 6 or 8 units, somewhere in that range, and kind of try to do it again. I Maybe it's like the engineer, the DIY in myself, or whatever it is, but I never partnered on anything. Don't honestly
Um,
have a I don't have a strong desire to either. I maybe just there's a pride portion of it where I just want to do this myself. I want to get the next one and grab that money and get another one and grab that money and just kind of slow and steady. I'm getting old, so I got time against me. I just turned 50, so I don't know if I have enough time to do that, but I don't. I don't really kind of want to keep it in town.
yeah, both ways are right. I don't try to tell people, like, if you want to scale, you need partners. If you don't want to scale, then you don't need partners. So I,
Damn.
everybody's different. I know people who have done very well by themselves. And I know, I mean, I think partnerships have certainly a multiplier of value, but also they come with their own problems and stressors and complications. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah, whatever's right for you.
Yeah. So that's my plan. We got a couple other properties that will kind of start to bring up the rears, and maybe I'll start to sell those and try to roll those in, and step by step sort of thing right now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. How about same with you? Anything you need help on, or you're
Um, I'm gonna move to Austin, so anybody you know in Austin, I want to meet them, and I'm gonna spend a lot more time over the next year raising money. These Maryland properties, they have four of them. They're all four of them are beautiful. All four of them are, worth going to. And I think there's an opportunity here for me in particular because I've never, again, once you experience real estate, like once you can go to a property that you own and you can appreciate it, it's like, dude, that's a different feeling. Two, I want to host events there. So I'm trying to do a combination of like, I'm trying to raise money for these deals from passive investors, but I'm also trying to get, in an ideal world, people that would be willing to go. We're going to host events there once a quarter, rotating between the four properties. And so I'd like to host like small, not super small, but maybe 200-300 people events, real estate events at the property where both investors and potential, and just, maybe not even investors, but just, local people or people who are interested in events can go. So, just, I don't know if you can help me with that, but I'm just
so
saying
when
it.
when you said like they have four properties, are you purchasing a property from a group, or are you part of the group, or are you buying in, or
Yeah, I am. They're slowly bringing me in an equity position.
okay,
So I wanted to be involved. They're like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'll make media. I'll bring a little bit. I'll help you raise a little bit of money, and I'm going to help them ramp up their events. So that's what I'm working on. So if you're interested in events, or if you're interested in passive investing, in these properties, these unique properties, or if you know somebody that might be, that's kind of what I'm working on.
okay.
And this if this is useful to you, I mean, I'd love for you to share the link around. I'd really want to. This fills my cup. So if I could probably if I could do this for 5 hours a week, I'd be in good shape. Where I just talk to strangers. So if you know
Yeah,
anybody that's shy, but could use some, some conversation, send them my way.
yeah. I'll definitely comment on your post, and it'll someone will
Yeah,
see it, and yeah,
yeah. I don't, I don't get anything out of it. It's like a weird thing where I'm like, dude, I don't know. I've done a lot of real estate. I've done a lot of media. I've worked for Brandon. I moved to Maui. I've had a crazy life. Like, I don't know. Uh,
yeah,
I try to just show up and be like, hey, I can serve people by giving them my time, which,
yeah.
my time's valuable. So I think it's a good way to serve.
You never know who you'll run into. I mean, could find an investor, you could find future partner, you could find who knows, right? So
Yeah. I'm a partner I did 84 deals with a guy who I met just like this.
really,
Yep.
wow.
Yep. Just showed up one day and he's like, yeah, I like your style. I saw you on he heard me on a podcast. So,
Cool.
yeah,
When are you leaving Maui? How long you gonna be there?
I got another month.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be an adjustment, right? How long have you been there?
Just over a year.
Oh, okay.
Just over a year.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's been a great year. But yeah, Maui's it's a small island, man. I mean, it is paradise. It's beautiful, but it is a small island. So, you know, it's like, I'm not built for small towns.
Yeah, I don't know if I could live there year round. I think I would feel a little claustrophobic, but I could definitely go there, maybe summer or something, go there for 3 months or whatever it is, but I don't know if I could be there year round.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I don't know if I can afford to do that, but I would like to do that too.
Yeah.
It's 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 pricey here.
Oh well.
Yeah. Well, dude, yeah, I hope you get more out of Better Life this time. Would love some feedback. Are you going to the Denver event?
No. I my son is 13. He's pretty heavily involved in hockey, and between that and these properties and stuff, my last month or so has been very like haven't good. I've been so busy, I didn't know which way to turn, so I didn't wasn't trying to sign myself up for anything new.
Sure.
So
Yeah. Do you go to any local events, like real estate events where you are?
but maybe the next one, maybe next year or whatever it is, I'll look into doing something like that.
Do you go to any local events where you're at, where you live?
Uh, I was trying to do this one. It was a monthly meetup, kind of in my town here in the suburbs. Um, I didn't find a whole lot of benefit from it. It was more like 80% of the people are either just trying to sell their cabinet guys or their contractors or their
Mm.
mortgage guys and stuff. So I wasn't gaining a whole lot, but I need to probably get more. I mean, I was hoping something like Better Life would help a little bit, but I need to get a little more active with that, I think.
Yeah, finding the right group for you is tough. Finding the right group is tough because, dude, between personalities, the variance in personalities, the variance in goals, and then there's a weird part of this where you have to have some sort of filter to make sure that the wrong people don't join. The most effect, the most popular way to do this is with money. So it's like if you want somebody who's successful, you want to be only around successful people, charge a lot of money. Because then unsuccessful people can't do it.
Mm.
Now, that's not a perfect system because nowadays, especially like GoBundance did this. They're like, hey, everybody has to be a millionaire and we'll charge you 10 grand a year. And so it's like, okay, but now it's like 1,100 people. And so a lot of people, that's too many, right? 1,100 people is a lot of people.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, everybody's successful, but now they had to do things like, okay, well, fine. For the really successful people, we'll add a second tier. We call it GoBundance Champions. And you have to be worth $10 million. And it's 50 grand a year. So it's definitely like it's a hard balance to get groups that are right for you because again, depending on what you want, I'm like maybe sorting by money alone and net worth alone is not a good not a good, like, that might not be a good metric to qualify people anyways. So I don't know. With local meetups, you don't really know what you're gonna get, but you kind of gotta, in my opinion, well, in an ideal world, you got to tinker around enough to like find the right group for you, but it's not always
Yeah.
that easy.
I'll probably keep trying,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
yeah. Well, yeah. Dude, trying puts you ahead of 95% of the population.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I really appreciate your time. This is a really good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, it's good to meet you. I always love talking to folks. If I can be valuable in any way, don't be afraid to text, DM, message, whatever. Reach out.
yeah, sounds good. Same here. Same goes for me. And if you yeah, good luck on your mailer properties.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, hang on one second. I'm gonna stop this, but I gotta let it finish recording or finish uploading. So hang tight one second.